Welcome to the Pokemon Auto Chess Monocolor Challenge. Today, I'm going to be taking on black Pokemon only. So as I enter my portal for a Dark Portal, I miss a huge opportunity here picking up 3 Litwicks to get an immediate Lampent, which would have immediately given me my first fairly strong black Pokemon. But I'm too tunnel visioned on trying to find an Alolan Rattata and completely miss it. Luckily, I do find myself a Litwick here, which, although it is considered a white Pokemon, it's on the process to getting a Lampent, which is a black Pokemon. So let it slide just for this Magikarp round. Easily skip through that, and here is where I do end up finding 2 more Litwicks to get my Lampent. I do need to skip past this Ditto, but it will all work out in the end. Now I'm going to throw my Charcoal straight on this Lampent because it is going to be my early game carry, and I know that's my game plan going into this. After a couple more rolls, I find myself a second Litwick, and I'm saving this Duskullin because that's going to give me a nice pairing for my Lampent with Ghost 2 and a second black Pokemon. Picking up this Magnet to give myself a Punching Glove, which gives me some extra physical damage on every single hit, which is going to be nice as my team is going to be weak for a while. So I easily take down these Spearows with my Ghost 2 pairing, picking up a Mystic Water to go with my Twisted Spoon, and getting myself an Ice here just to try and get myself an Amulet coin as soon as possible. This was recorded in patch 6.2. So Amulet Coin what is still available to make, and it's before all these other new updates. But I got myself a second Lampent, and taking on this super early baby team is very easy to take down, and I cruise right through. Find myself another Litwick, and I find myself the Charcoal with the Shelter here. Immediately make myself an Amulet coin, throw that on my Lampent to get a coin for every time I knock out an opponent. And I'm going to have a counter in the bottom left here just to show how useful this Amulet coin ends up being as I go through this game, because I need to roll a lot to find the units I need. So now I'm fighting this Psychic Fire team. And with my 2 evolved Lampents, they don't stand a chance, picking up 2 gold in the process to bring me to my first interest bump of 10 gold. And now that I'm at 10 gold and I have a while before I hit level 5, I'm going to hold on to my money, especially because I can't find an Alolan Rattata without the better odds until the Gyarados round. So I'm just going to wait on, keep building up my gold, getting another 2 gold from that fight. Bring me to 20 and hitting that next interest bump. Now keeping an eye out in my region and the ad picks to see if any of the black units get added in. Now that I'm coming against this scary ground team, they got 2 evolutions in Goldback and Piloswine, but I'm able to take them down, leading to just these 3 units, and all odds stacked against me, my Lampent is able to prevail, earning me another 3 gold. So in this shop, I find myself another Litwick, and in the ad picks, I do not get any of the black units. Spoink, Salazzle, those are ones that I'm looking for. So I just pick up that Carvanha, hoping to get some other outfits. I see that Salazzle there, and I just grab myself a Magnet going forward to go against this Ground Rock team, which is very strong at this point with 3 evolutions, and I did not stand a chance, especially with just Ghost 2. They quickly took down my team with some units barely surviving, but they just overwhelmed me. That was the first place team, so I didn't feel too bad. And I find myself an Alolan Rattata here. So I'm able to add it in just for in the front line and keep rolling down my money. Find that Galarian Zigzagoon, which does not qualify as a black Pokemon unfortunately, according to Bulbapedia. But I keep rolling down, finding myself a second Alolan Rattata, and getting myself my Chandelure, which is going to be a really I should have stopped here at 40 or probably even 50, but decided to keep rolling, being greedy, looking for that Alolan Raticate. Going all the way down to 30 gold and not even finding it. But I do find myself a Salandit that I hold onto. And even against this powered up Gyarados with the King's Rock, my evolved Chandelure is easily able to take it out, giving me that extra gold to buy that Salandit without dropping under 30. So now I don't know what to go for. There's a very select few of uniques that I can get here, and I find out the best pick would have been a Monster Portal to try and get either a Mawile or Survivor, but I missed it, took the chance staying in my region, and got myself a Chatot. Chatot's really nice because it does damage to every enemy Pokemon and has a chance to confuse, but without the right items, it's not the best, and right now I do not have the items. So I'm going to tuck it in the back corner, roll down a little bit more trying to really find this Alolan Raticate, but I reached 30 gold and could not find it, so I'm just sticking with a very weak team and very weak synergies of only Ghost 2 and Fire 2. And as I go against this Fire team, Fire 4 team, they just take down my units. I do not have a strong enough team at this point, and I'm not going to for a while. I would love to get some more black glasses to either try and make some Dusk Stones, because Dark is going to be the stereotypical unit for this color of Pokemon, but I'm not getting any black glasses, I'm not getting any Fossil Stones, and the worst case scenario, I did not get any black Pokemon ad picks. There's a lot of them in this tier of units. So I'm looking here and I lucked out with both Houndour and Munchlax being added. So right now I just take another magnet for that speed, but just sell off that Pumpkaboo. Rearrange a little bit just to try and get something else to work and hopefully just get myself some more gold. But now I go against this Fire Psychic team again, which has some more evolutions now. It has a Hoopa that's jumping around. And my units are just not able to take him down, especially after that unknown pops off. But I did get myself another 2 gold. And after this battle, I'm finally going to hit 50 money. So I'm going to be at that top interest bump where I'm able to roll down. But just as that happened, I find a Gimme Ghoul coin carousel. And realistically, I don't want to fall behind, so I pick this up. This brings your max interest cap up by 10, so instead of holding 50 money for 5 gold every round, you get to 60 money and get 6 gold every round. So I need to build up to 6 gold now rather than, or 60 gold rather than 50. And at the same time, I decided to build an X-ray vision to give myself plus 50 speed on my Chandelure, dealing even more damage, especially paired with that punching glove. So now I'm going against this pretty scary monster team, which has a lot of evolved units, and they are way too strong and just rip through my team. And as I keep getting monster buffs, I had no shot with my frail Alolan Rattata and Duskull being my front line. So I'm really just using my health as a luxury to try and build up my money and find my units. And that is only going to last me so long. So now that I'm at 60 gold, I hit one roll to find that Alolan Raticate, which is going to be a little bit of an increase, and you can see I'm debating whether or not I get it, because I don't want to drop under 60. But eventually I decided to get it with the faith that my Chandelure is going to get at least 1 kill and get 1 gold, and it's going to give me a little bit of an upgrade in my front line, but I really need to find some units, and this is where I also spot a Sneasel being added, which is another really nice unit that can add that to black Pokemon and will be strong going forward. This is just me rearranging a little bit, trying to figure out what I'm going to go for my legendary pick, and I see 2 dark units, so I know that's what I'm going to go for. And against this water team, which does have some nice evolutions, my team is actually able to prevail, with my Chandelure getting a couple extra gold in this fight too. but that water team's going to get a fairly better boost as it goes to water 6. At water 5, I was able to outshine it. Going into this Mewtwo fight, I decided to just invest in leveling up, pick up another Nevermelt Ice, and I want to level up higher because most of my units are in that epic tier. And this is where I find a Fossil Stone. And I have one black glass to pair with it, and my goal is to try and get to Dark 7 with my team, and I'm going to need a couple Fossil Stones to do it. So because I don't know who I want to put that on yet, I'm going to wait to actually make it. But I do really want to get to Dark 3 here just for that extra crit chance. So I'm going to invest in a little bit of rolling now that I've hit level 6. Find myself a Dusclops, which is a nice upgrade. A little bit more bulk and damage. And I find a Hisuian Quillfish. Really nice addition, really good front line for me to have. And one of the epic units that I'm really going to be searching for in this game. So here is this mix of a fire dragon team. Kind of a weird combination with their units. But because of that lack of strong synergies, I am able to actually take them out, earning myself another couple gold. So now I'm going to keep investing in leveling up, trying to get to level 7 and 8 for that better odds of finding those epic units. But if I find some Pokemon that I need in the meantime, I'm not going to hesitate to pick them up like that Duskull that I just spotted. I also see that an item carousel is coming up, and there are quite a few more items I really want, such as potentially a lucky egg on my Chatot, or more black glasses to try and make more dust stones, so that's in my mind right now. And here comes this ice team. And at Ice 4, they're not doing that much, especially with my Chandelure tucked in the very back. It's able to deal a lot of damage and burn through a lot of my enemies, picking up quite a few more gold as well as winning the round. So in this carousel, I find one black classes, and I have my eye on it, but it gets taken by that Rayquaza, so I just pick up a Twisted Spoon. Jumping right to this next fight against the first place team, which is still a ground rock team with a bunch of evolutions. And my units try their best to fend it off, but as they keep building up more buffs, they just burn through my team, as I still don't have a lot of strong synergies. Even though I have a couple of all Pokemon, my front line is also nearly non-existent. I do earn enough gold from my Chandelure to bring me to level 7 though. Spot that Litten, have high hopes, and realize that it's not considered a black Pokemon. Invest in a couple rolls trying to find something, and I really want some more of the dark units because that's going to be the biggest asset I have going forward. A couple rolls later, and I find nothing. Throw in that seconds to land it because it's my strongest unit that I can throw in. Realistically, the Duskull might have been good because it benefits from both Dark and Ghost, but just on pure stats, this Landit is a little bit stronger. And as I'm going against this fire team, I am able to actually take them down, which that Blacephalon could have been scary with that Soldew in the back line, but luckily my dark units that jumped to the back distracted it, and my Chandelure was able to take it down before it could get a cast off. So now I'm on the Ho-Oh and Lugia fight, which means my legendary is coming up. Realistically, I should have tried to get even more dark in because I really want that dark portal. That's what my goal is right now. I'm looking for those units that I can use. Just hoping I find something. Find one Dusclops, throw it in over a Salandit because it is stronger, and keep rolling. But I'm not able to find anything. until I found that Munchlax, which is a unit I can use, but being down 2 gold, I really don't want to drop under 60 gold here, so I just hold on and really hope for the best going into this next fight and into the legendary carousel. With my Hisuian Quillfish and Alolan Raticate jump to the back, take out the Lugia, and I burn through that Ho-Oh, earning myself a Shell Bell, and I see my items and decide to make myself a Dusk Stone. So I see 2 Dark Portals, try and grab one, try and grab the other, but both get scooped up, so I'm taking the chance again, sitting here waiting, and I really luck out with a Guzzlord. Throw that in, and I got a Houndour and a Munchlax, another Munchlax in my shop. Decided to throw the Dusk Stone on the Chatot for that Dark, and now I'm trying to figure out what the best arrangement of my units are going to be to give me the best odds of winning. Throw in the Houndour because it gives me both fire and another dark. Throw my Shell Bell onto my Guzzlord for that additional healing, and try and figure out the rest of my items here. I end up deciding on a Power Lens for the additional special damage and a Soul Dew for the increased ability power. Throw one on the Guzzlord and the other on the Chatot. And then decide to throw in my Munchlax over the Hisuian Quillfish, just because it has better defenses. Realistically, probably should have thrown it in over the Alolan Raticate. Now I'm going against this Fire Psychic team again, and my team is looking quite a bit better, but with their Golduck in the back building up shield, my units were still not able to burn through it quite fast enough, especially with that Hoopa pairing with it. But now I have the mindset of trying to get to Dark 7 as fast as possible. I'm not going to stop picking up units I need, but I know that's where I need to end up going to. So I just invest my gold in levels and move on to the next fight. Against this very scary monster team. They got themselves a Guzzlord too, they have a Druddigon, they have an evolved Salamence, and they just keep going at it, getting stronger every time they get a kill. And my units are just not strong enough yet to take them down. So in this item carousel, I see one item and one item only that I want, and that is that next Dusk Stone. Luckily I'm able to grab it, and now Dark 7 is a real possibility right now. I decided to throw the Dusk Stone on my Munchlax because that's going to be a very strong staple of my team later on. And throw in the couple extra levels to put back in my Quillfish, and hit that level 7. That gives me a lot more crit chance and a lot more extra strength to allow me to actually have a really good fighting chance going forward. Especially if I can get a couple more levels on my units, I'm going to be a real force to reckon with. Quick maneuver as I enter this next fight against this water team. And as these units go back and forth at it, their Water 8 team is not quite yet able to outmatch my Dark team, even though they put up a really strong fight. Poliwrath able to take down my Guzzlord, but my Chandelure in the back still putting in a lot of work, paired with my Chatot of confusing the enemy Pokemon. So now that I'm level 8, I'm rolling trying to find my units. Luckily I found a Snorlax, who's a really nice upgrade, giving me a lot of extra health and shield in the front line. And I'm holding on to this Duskull because I don't want to drop under 60 gold, but I'm only 2 Duskulls away from a Dusknoir. And here is this Ice 6 team. They're getting extra strength, getting a couple evolutions, but until they hit Ice 8, it's not going to be that much of a worry, especially with my main carry being in the backline in that Chandelure. It's not getting hit, so it's not getting frozen, able to deal a ton of damage paired next to my Chatot. And looking at the health on the side, a lot of this game is really close in health. I'm middle of the pack with 29. First place is quite a bit ahead with 70. But everyone is fairly close, as one more drops out of this fight. So I keep rolling, find another Dust Skull, being only one away, see this Poochyena, and realize that it's also not considered a black Pokemon. So I keep rolling and looking for my units. Find myself my Salazzle, which is going to be my 9th unit, just from the extra strength, and that Toxic ability pairs well with the Hex of Chandelure. So now I'm going against these legendary birds. My dark units are jumping, taking out the Zapdos really fast. Guzzlord takes out the Moltres, and my units end up jumping out on that Articuno. So here I pick up a Soul Dew to throw onto my Guzzlord to power up the Crunch, because it heals when it gets a kill with Crunch. So being able to just stay alive is going to be really good to help protect my backline units. Find myself my Dusknoir to have in my backline, or midline I should say. I want to pick up this Houndour, and I know that the Sneasel is going to end up taking the spot of Alolan Raticate, so thank you for your service, but you've taken up all the time here. So here is this monster team, and with my frail dark units, they're jumping into the back. And the rest of the units keep jumping around, having fights. This Salamence is putting in a lot of work, but my powered up Crunch is able to take it down, along with that Druddigon, and the rest of my units gang up on that Guzzlord. So I'm feeling good. That was the guy right in front of me, almost tied for first, and I have a real feeling that I'm going to be able to win this thing. So I keep rolling. I need one more Houndour right there for my Houndoom, one more Hisuian Quillfish for my Overquill, and 2 more Sneasels for the Weavile. And there's one. So I'm really close to maxing out my team besides hitting level 9, and the other opponents are trying to do the same exact thing. That Psychic player has kind of abandoned the fire, still has a little bit, but I know being in top 4, every fight is going to be really hard. I'm going against that same exact monster team, and I'm like, I just beat them. This is going to be great. The only difference they have is a Feraligatr. But they absolutely demolished me here. The Feraligatr and Salamence are able to build up a bunch of kills on my frail units and just get way too strong for me to do anything against it, and I didn't even touch the Guzzlord here. So I know I need to make some changes because I'm one loss away from being eliminated from this entire game. And the Luxio player goes down, meaning I'm top 3. Here's another item carousel. I pick up the Wise Glasses here because I'm not sure what else would be good. Find myself an Overquill, and I just need the one more Sneasel for my Weavile. I decide to throw the X-Ray Vision onto the Chatot, just for that extra speed, and flip my positioning. That way I'm completely matched up with my opponents, so instead of jumping into the backlines, I'm completely lined up. Now, I lost to the monster team last game, so that means I'm probably going to go against this Psychic team now. And I'm pretty confident that I'm going to beat this Psychic team, which is why I don't roll down my money yet. And here it is. Here is this Psychic team, and with the new positioning being lined up directly against my opponents, they're not able to hit my backline that easily. Even though the Hoopa jumps back, they're able to take it down, and I gang up on that last unit, surviving the round and beating the first place team there. And I saw that the monster team also lost to that first place team, so I know if I can just survive one more fight, I probably have this in the bag. And after taking out these legendary beasts, I'm able to get another item, which I end up deciding to choose the Max Revive. I was really debating here between the Shellbell and that, but I chose the Max Revive because I knew that it was going to be really beneficial having a full another life. Throw that on the Snorlax because it was my tankiest unit. Immediately just level up to throw in my Salazzle, and roll hoping to find my Weavile here. But as I keep rolling down, I reach 10 gold and realize that this fight's about to start, and I gotta just hold on. So here's this monster team, and being completely lined up with them, I'm able to take out the Salamander right away, continue to gang up on some of the weaker units on the side in that Laron and Grottle, and then I'm able to gang up and take out the Guzzlord. And I see that the Psychic team also beat that team. And now once again, I'm just looking for this last Sneasel, find it right here, and my team is maxed out. There are no other upgrades I can get for black Pokemon, so I'm just going to be focusing on my positioning and figuring out what I can do to survive and win this game. So my mindset is I'm going to be going against this Psychic team right now, most likely. So I got to be ready and figure out what happens. And here comes that Psychic team. See an Unknown in the back, but my Overquill jumps to it, takes it out before it could get its cast off. Snorlax jumps over to the Alakazam, and the rest of my team continues to jump around, ganging up on their units. Max Revive helping the Snorlax stay alive and take out that Golduck in the back. And at the same time, that Psychic team took out the Monster team. And this is going to be the last battle. We both have enough health for one loss. I see they're quite close to a Metagross. I also see them pick up an Unknown, but put it in the same exact spot. So I know I'm going to be able to take out that Unknown immediately by my units jumping to the back. I see they find another Beldum, and I'm just hoping they don't find that last one to get a Metagross. And as I'm thinking that, I see it appear. So I have to hope that a Metagross is not going to change the outcome of this battle. But here we go. Battle starts and my Overquill jumps to the back, taking out the Unknown again. Snorlax jumps on that Alakazam, and my other units keep lining up, doing a ton of damage to the frontline Entei, taking out everything else, taking out that last Golduck, and finally ganging up trying to take out this Alakazam. And with that powered up cast from my Guzzlord, I'm able to do it. Getting first place with this monocolor challenge, all black Pokemon team. And I was able to do it on the very first try, earning an extra 51 gold from that amulet coin. So I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next challenge.